Welcome to this episode of the Back Nine Report with your host, Fred Altvader.
Hi guys, we're here at Heartland Rehabilitation here in Arrowhead Park in Maumee, Ohio. We're with Matt Schultz. He has 34 years of experience, clinical director and physical therapist here for Heartland Rehab. He's going to help us a little bit with some stretching exercise, some warm-up exercises. You know, I talked to a lot of people over the winter. We sit around the couch, we make runs to the refrigerator, eat too much pumpkin pie, all that kind of stuff. And so we're ready to go out to the first tee. As we get older, the muscles are tighter, we hurt ourselves, we don't warm up correctly. And Matt's going to help us here over the winter, give us some things that we can do to be ready to go when we're able to get out to the first tee when it warms up. Matt, I'll turn it right over to you.
Thanks a lot, Fred. Fred, you know, stretching is a real important part to any exercise program. It's going to be important to maintain a good relationship between our muscles, our joints, and to also help us improve our postures, which is going to be really important with the golf program.
Cool. I know you're going to have some good stuff for us.
Very good. Let's get going. Before we start our stretching program at home, it's important to do some kind of a simple warm-up to get the blood flowing through your muscles. One way might be able to do some type of a walking in place, jogging in place, riding a stationary bicycle, for instance. One simple thing that you can do on the ball is a simple little jumping jack just to get the whole body engaged and moving. First stretch we're going to do this afternoon is a calf stretch. To do the calf stretch properly, I want to face the wall with my toe pointed directly at the wall. I want to keep my knee locked, my heel flat on the floor, use my other leg for balance, and lean in until I feel a nice firm stretch in the calf muscle.
Matt, when you're doing these stretches, you want to emphasize long and hold, correct?
That's correct.
You don't want to bounce.
Yeah, stretching should be low repetition with long holds.
Should you feel a little bit of a burning kind of thing in your muscles?
Yeah, if you feel a dull ache or a burning, that may be completely normal. But if you feel a sharp pain or a shooting pain, you may be overstretching.
Great. Thank you, Matt.
The next stretch we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. I think we've all seen the typical jogger stretch where you put your foot on a chair or a stool, lean forward until you feel a nice firm stretch in the back of the leg. A variation would be to add some rotation into the stretch to the inside and hold that stretch, as well as to the outside and holding that stretch. This allows different portions of the muscle to stretch more effectively. It also adds trunk rotation, which is an important component of your golf swing.
Matt, I love this stretch because I try to teach golfers that the swing starts from the ground up, and men especially don't use their legs correctly. This would help you get that feel in that turn, and so they're able to use that and get loose and get fit for the coming spring.
Yeah, I think you're right, Fred.
Cool.
Trunk rotation is obviously an important part of the golf swing. To stretch trunk rotation, I can rotate my hips in one direction while rotating my head and neck in the opposite direction. To add a little bit of additional stretch, by straightening my knee fully, I will give a little bit more torque into that stretch into the base of the spine. In addition, I can stretch the hip by locking the pelvis against the floor, holding the hip in an externally rotated position with my arm, and allowing that stretch to occur for 30 seconds. The opposite stretch is also good, where I can pull the hip inward towards the chest and rotate and hold. This stretch should feel more in your gluteal area and will help release the hip. The Swiss ball can be a good adjunct to your stretching program at home. One of the stretches is to release the front of the chest by simply rolling forward on the ball, opening up the chest and arms, and holding that stretch for 30 seconds. In addition, we can stretch the oblique muscles and side muscles of the body by rolling over the side of the ball, taking the opposite arm for additional torque for the stretch, and again holding our 30-second stretch. To release the shoulder and shoulder girdle, you want to do a prayer stretch over the ball where you can hold, drop the head and shoulders lower, or you can add a little rotational torque and drop the head to get additional stretching. Of course, this would be done to both sides.
Matt, we sure want to thank you for inviting us into Heartland Rehabilitation to do this segment to help our golfers become a little bit more flexible and be ready to hit the first tee come April. You know, golfers all the time, how can I get longer? How can I hit the ball farther? I always tell them flexibility, be able to stretch a little more, and this certainly will help with that.
Fred, we're happy to do it. Our main interest is your main interest in keeping people healthier and doing sports and those types of things without injury.
And that also brings us to the point, if you have any physical limitations, and you know, if you have some pain, you need to check with your physician or your doctor to make sure these will work for you. But I think in most situations, these should help get you loosened up. Instead of just doing the refrigerator exercises or 6-inch curls, 12-ounce curls, might help you going down, being ready to hit the first tee in April. Thanks. We'll talk to you next time.
For more of the latest golf news and instructional tips, visit Fred's website at ToledoOhioGolfLessons.com.